All right, I think we're going to get started here. Welcome everyone to Experience VCC and our virtual open house. My name is Sarah. I'm the marketing liaison for continuing studies, and I'm your moderator for today's session. I'd like to start by acknowledging that VCC is on the lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations, and we're very lucky to be living and learning on these lands. So today we're going to hear about the hairstyling and aesthetics and spa therapy programs at VCC. We have Louise Danhauer from the program here to speak to answer all of your questions about the program. We also have Chifumi here, who's one of our advisors at VCC, who can also help answer some questions around registration and any kind of assistance that you may need. At the end of the session, there will be a code for you to be entered into a draw for $1,000 tuition, which is a pretty lovely prize, so hopefully you will stick around. If you have questions as the presentation is going on, if you could please type them into the chat, and we will do our best to answer all of your inquiries through the course of the next hour or so. So I would like to turn over the floor to Louise to speak about both of the programs.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming. So I'm going to speak about the hairstyling and the aesthetics program, a little bit of sort of the logistics to start off with because they're quite similar. So both of the programs are 10 months in length. They run 3 days a week. So the intakes for the class sessions are held either a Monday to Wednesday, 9 to 6, or a Thursday to Friday, 9 to 6. Our intakes happen in January. We have 2 of each. March, we have 2 of each of the programs. May, we have 2 of each. And then in September, we also run 2 of each of the programs. And then in October, we've got 2 hairstyling, and November, we have 2 aesthetics. So we have a lot of programs running. The new format for as long as we're going to be in COVID times, what's happening is our students are actually doing asynchronous and synchronous work online for 2 days a week. So what that means is that there is an expectation to join the face-to-face classes online at specific times. This is when you will meet with the rest of your class. You'll be doing assignments, watching demos, having guest lecturers and product companies coming in to talk about product knowledge. And then there will be time offline within those hours, the 9 to 6 hours, where you'll have time to complete certain assignments. All of your kits will be actually sent to you. We might be changing that format a little bit, so we might actually in the future have you come in to pick up your kits just to make sure that everything that's meant to be in there is in there. And then you'll take your kits home and work on mannequins and start with sort of the basics. After about 4 to 6 weeks of online work, then we start to bring you for face-to-face classes. So you'll spend 1 full day a week learning hands-on with your instructor. So this might be working on mannequins, it might be working on each other. We have lots of very good safety protocols in place. And then going forward, because we do recognize that it's important that our students get the chance to work on live people, not just on mannequins. So going forward, we are going to be opening up live or opening it up so that clients can come in. The clients will be VCC faculty and staff, so they'll be well aware of all of the safety protocols that we have. What else can I say? I'm going to get to the questions in just a moment, but I did want to talk a little bit about our instructors. So all of our instructors are very well connected in the industry. Most of them not only teach at VCC, but they do work in industry, so they're very up to date. They also do a month of professional development, at least a month of professional development every year to make sure that they are staying current. All of our instructors also have taken teaching programs, so they have their teaching degrees, so they're really well equipped for all the different types of learning that's out there. There's a question, how many seats are available for the hair program next year summer? So I think at the moment, from what I understand, and this could be changing, but from what I understand, we are booked solid up to into the winter. Now, numbers are always changing and moving, but I believe that summer is probably looking okay right now. But I can't stress enough that our programs are extremely popular right now. They always have been, but and more so right now. And so applying as early as possible is a really good idea.
I'll ask you a question, Louise. How much time do students have to dedicate to their studies?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, so classes are 3 days a week, but we do say that for extra studying and completing of assignments, I would definitely dedicate at least one other 8-hour day, or mix it up and another good 8 to 9 hours a week for studying, for assignments, for group work. That's really important. So if you are coming into the program with a really tight work schedule, just know that you may want to lighten up on the workload once you start school.
So one of the questions in the chat is around kind of admission requirements, specifically English, but what are the admission requirements for the two programs?
So both of them are the same. You need to have grade 10 English. If for some reason you are unable to prove your grade 10 English, you don't have a transcript, or there's various reasons, then you can request a meeting with me, and we'll just have sort of a chat and talk a little bit about about why you want to do the program, and then from there I can get a better idea if I can just go ahead and waive the English requirement.
Another question in the chat is, do they get to choose which schedule they want, the Monday or Wednesday or the Thursday to Saturday?
No, they don't get to choose it. So when you apply, you won't be asked which schedule you prefer. However, if for very important reasons you can only do the Monday to Wednesday or the Thursday to Saturday, then you would want to make sure you send a follow-up email to admissions to sort of state your case on why you need that particular schedule.
And so the next time people can register, it sounds like would be for the spring term potentially. And
Yeah.
how soon should they be registering? They should be doing that like right now before the end of the year kind of thing?
Yeah, I like I said, numbers are always moving, so I'm not saying that there's no possibility of getting in January if that's what your hope is, but I just know that the numbers are quite full at this time. So if you're planning to apply, they'll let you know once you apply what the next schedule is going to be. But if you're planning to apply for spring for the May cohorts, I would do that as soon as possible.
Great. I just put in the chat the contact information for our international department. So if you are an international student, study at vcc.ca is how you can reach out to them to find out some information about visas and applications as an international student, including and tuition and all of that. And And I do know that Duolingo is a test that is accepted for comparisons for the grade 10 English. So, but we also have an assessment center on site. Shifumi, did you want to, from our advisor, did you want to add anything to some of these questions that are coming in right now? So this is the website for our advising department, vcc.ca/advising. Shifumi is here representing that department, and maybe can give us a little introduction to what you do. And if there are questions in the chat that you feel you could answer, Shifumi, please do.
So, hi everyone, this is Chifumi from Advising Office. We as an advisor are here to help you to get in the program and be successful to finish it. You might wonder if you're qualified for the program. If you do need some upgrading first, please make an appointment with an advisor. We offer phone or Zoom appointment from Monday to Friday from 9 to 4. We also open late on Wednesdays until 7. You can make an appointment through the phone, 604-871-7000, option 2, or there's a form you can fill out. It's an online booking form. I'll give you both information in the chat. Also, we offer drop-in advising every day, Monday to Friday from 2 to 4. This is the same day advising for quick questions. Again, I'll post the number. You can call us to book an appointment on the day you want to speak to us. And I also answered the question about Duolingo. So for Rick, so you took a Duolingo test and you already let us know that you took it, but you couldn't get the result for that one. I recommend you to email assessment center, tell them that you took it, but you still cannot do it. They can work with you to retrieve result from the Duolingo. So please email assessments. I'll give you the assessment email here. Just give me.
Thanks, Chifumi. If there are any other questions, please do add them into the chat. But Louise, for the programs, what are the kind of job opportunities for students at the end?
Yeah, so both of our programs, the students will go out on two-week practicums. So very early on, we start to connect you with industry and get you into a location, and you get the opportunity to try a couple of locations to see what the best fit would be for you. In both programs, we also talk a lot about entrepreneurship. So we do have quite a large segment on owning your own business and discussing the various options there. You can rent rooms as a hairstylist or as an esthetician. You can do a lot of traveling, working in hotels that have spas and hair salons. Our hair program is a Red Seal designated program. So we do register you with the ITA. At the end of the program, you'll take your level 1 exam. And then from there, you can work towards your level 2 and getting your Red Seal. Now with your Red Seal, that gives you an opportunity to work all across the country once you have that, as well as if you have an interest in anything having to do with film and television, the IATSE union for hairstylists or for the movie industry, they will only accept students that have Red Seal designations. So not many schools have that. So that's a really, that's a great path forward if you choose to do that. Of course, there's cruise ships. Hopefully, again, one day that a lot of our students have gone to work on and enjoyed immensely that experience. Lots of people who decide to work out of their home or specifically go into one area. So in the foundations programs, for both hair and for spa, we're going to teach you everything. You're going to learn, everything there is to know about all the different aspects. However, you may find that you're drawn mainly to color, and that's something that you want to specialize in, is just being, you know, a master colorist. Same for spa. You may be drawn more towards, you know, medical aesthetics and devices for facials. So you may, even though you're going to learn everything at the end of your program, you may want to kind of move down that career path.
There's a question here from Erin about building portfolios and if there's an option to bring models into the salon and take professional photos.
Yes, so all of our students are always building their portfolios because we have clients that come in all the time. So we also have an area set up at the back of the salon with the ring light and everything for you to take your professional photos and add to your portfolio. However, at this particular moment, we are not, you know, we're not having models come in, but we will be having staff and faculty, which there are a lot of them. So we're going to try and manage it that way. So you will have the opportunity to take those photos as well.
I'm curious to know, is there financial aid available for this program?
Yes, there is. Yeah, so you'd have to just go onto the financial aid website, student accounts office, and sort of follow up that way. Also, if you go onto the area of the website, the financial aid area, you'll also see that there's a lot of opportunities for scholarships. And a lot of times those scholarships go untouched because people, for whatever reason, they don't apply for it. They feel like, oh, they might not get it. So I would encourage you to go check out all the different scholarships and apply for those for sure.
So we have a couple of questions in the chat right now. One is, we would get WPPG and need a job offer after studying. I just saw one, I'm not sure what an NOC is, but hairstylists and barbers. Oh, the knock numbers, right. Are there more knock numbers that we could work for immigration processes? I'm not sure if you know the answer to that, Louise, or if Chifumi has any insights into that.
International student, it's better to talk to international office first. So please ask them through email study@vcc.ca.
And then, is admission available for May 2021? It sounds like that's a possibility, right, Louise?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And another question from Erin, is there a way to connect with alumni from the hair program?
Yeah, so if you go to our VCC Salon and Spa alumni page, that is an area where we connect all of our students. We do job postings there and professional development postings as well. So that's definitely an area that if you wanted to sort of reach out to some of our past students, you could certainly pop in there. There's other professional sites as well. There's the Vancouver Hairstylist Community on Facebook. It's not affiliated with VCC, but we have a lot of our VCC grads there. So that's another, you know, good resource for questions from alumni and from the public.
And since you happen to mention Facebook, on this slide up here, we have all the different ways that you can interact through social media with the VCC Salon and Spa. So they're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So what kind of stuff do you post on there? I'm guessing we'd see a fair amount of student work.
Yeah, so in particular on our Instagram page, not on our Facebook page, but on our Instagram page, VCC Salon and Spa, we post lots of student work on there. That's sort of our main objective, as well as some, you know, profiles of our instructors as well and the work they're doing.
And do you have some info sessions coming up? If people want a few more questions answered or maybe a deeper dive into understanding the programs?
So at this moment, I don't have a scheduled info session. However, I'm more than happy to answer any further questions if you want to connect with me via email. And I can put can I put my email address in there? Yeah, I'll put my email address in. I mean, certainly connect with advising as well, but if you have some very program specific questions, you can definitely send them off to me.
Oh, there we go. I know COVID is making things extremely challenging, but what would happen in the event that staff don't want to get their hair cut and colored regularly by students?
Yeah, so we have not had any staff yet come in. So the students have really just been working on each other and on mannequins. And they've been doing an amazing job. We've also partnered, with our industry people to take in for these practicums to really have the students doing a lot more hands-on work. I have had quite a few staff and faculty reach out since I've sort of let word out that we're going to be doing this offer of letting them have their hair done, and people are very excited. So I don't really foresee that being too much of an issue. One thing I would encourage to do as well, if possible, before you start the program, is to look for work in a salon. So if you can, check out some different salons, go in, let them know that you're applying for hair school or aesthetics, and you just kind of want to get your foot in the door. And I think that would be really great, because then as you're going through the program, you can be working on things also in the salon.
Well, I'm a staff person at VCC who has most certainly enjoyed the spa services, not the hair yet, but the spa, and it's wonderful experience. So I think that won't be a problem getting people in from the school. If anybody has more questions, please do pop it into the chat. And I just want to let you know about some of the services that we have available for students at VCC. So advising services, you've met Shifumi here. They can help you kind of navigate the various programs and registration. We also have financial aid, which we've mentioned too. There's lots of great opportunities there for bursaries and scholarships too. We also have Indigenous services. So if you are First Nations or Inuit or Métis, then they can also help you with navigating the systems at VCC. We have disability services, so if you need accommodations within the classes, they can help you with that. And we also have counseling services, so people that you could talk to if you're going through a bit of a rough time. And finally, we have some free professional tutoring through our Learning Center. So lots of great services available for students at VCC. So if right now you're like, what do I do next? Well, you can attend an info session. Louise has shared her email address. So if you would like to get added to the list for their info session, please reach out to her. You can also watch the website vcc.ca. The info session box is on the main page, so you can check out and see all the various programs that have info sessions coming up. You can meet with an advisor like Shifumi, or if you're ready to apply or register, you could visit vcc.ca/apply. And today, we have no application fees. So if you choose to apply today, that $35 application fee is waived. You visit vcc.ca/apply and enter in the promo code info1020, and that will save you that money. I see there's a question here from Rick. So the International Hairdressing Program in May next year has no seats available right at this moment. Is that correct, Louise?
International student has an admission posted on the international website. So you might want to check that website to see if the seat is available for international students. I'll give you the link to it.
Yeah, I believe May is available last I heard.
Perfect, thank you. Are there any other questions? If so, go ahead and type them in the chat. Louise, was there anything else that you wanted to tell people about hairstyling or the Aesthetics and Spa Therapy program?
Oh boy. Well, I guess you should know as well that we work with some of the most recognized product lines out there. So We work with Dermalogica and Eminence as our main skincare line. And they also work very closely with our students to provide product knowledge and treatment knowledge. And for hair, our main supplier is Goldwell. We also use some Joico products as well. And again, they are very involved with the students. Also, the kits that are provided to the students, the kits are really, really amazing. So, you know, sometimes students might take a look at the price of the kits and think, oh my gosh, you know, it's quite a bit, but you should know that VCC being a public college, we don't make any money off of the kits. So we are providing all of the best tools, hot tools and scissors and products to you in your kits, actually at below wholesale cost.
There's a question here about which salons in the area are you connected to that like to hire your talent?
Well, we have two very, very thick binders full of names of salons and spas that want to hire our students. So once you start the program and you're getting ready for your practicum, those will be shared with you. Off the top of my head, I mean, I know Suki's is definitely, you know, one of VCC's biggest supporters, and that's also one of the biggest salons out there. Our hotel salons and spas, like Willow Stream and the Marriott, those ones are always very, very happy to have our students as well. I get emails on a daily from salons and spas looking to hire our students, and majority of our students are actually hired before they even finish the program. So normally when they go in for their practicums, it's almost like a mini job interview. And so often the student would be offered work before they've even completed.
So I'm just going to reply to Amy. There is a link put in here by Chifumi to check the availability for the international student program. So you can follow that link to find out that information. Rick also has asked, he's a hairdresser working at a salon right now, and he has most of the tools already. Would that change the price to go to school? Is there an opt out of the kit, or do you have to take it?
Yeah, so it is our policy that all of our students have to purchase the kit. We are constantly looking at the kits and changing things and adding new things in, and it just gets too complicated when a student has, you know, a bunch of things that are different and maybe the instructor feels is not appropriate or adequate for what they're teaching. So yes, the kits are part of the tuition. Not part of the tuition, but yeah, required.
Awesome, thanks, Louise. Any more questions for us? Please type them in the chat. And I'm just going to add into the chat the contact information for our international department. So if you have questions and are an international student, you could reach out to study@vcc.ca. And if you scroll back through the chat, you will find a link from Chifumi about international student program availability as well. So those are two ways that you can kind of find out a little bit about the availability for hairstyling and aesthetics and spa therapy if as an international student. So I think at this point, unless Louise has anything or Chifumi has anything they would like to add, or if there's any, yes. So is there anything you guys would like to add? And if there's any last questions, please add them to the chat. I see there's one here from Aaron. Is there a wait list for the start dates? Yeah, are there wait lists? Can people be added?
Yeah, so when you register, they would come back and let you know if you're being put on a wait list. I wouldn't worry too much about wait lists. Sometimes they automatically put you on what they call a wait list, but it's not really a wait list. It's because they haven't put you actually physically into a seat. But if there was a long wait list, they would let you know that information. And would your application be bumped to the next available start date? They would let you know that. They'd say, you know, it's full, there's so many people ahead of you on the list. Would you like us to move you to the next stream?
So I'm just going to say to Rick with the question about the link and if it's available to apply. I think probably the best thing to do is to either reach out to maybe possibly to both Louise and to the international department at study@vcc.ca to get some of your questions answered. I think that's probably going to be the best bet. And then there's a question here from Holly. She's still in high school, so when do you recommend applying?
So Holly, I'm assuming you're graduating this year, possibly? Okay, so yeah, 2021. Okay, so I would suggest applying if you're planning to start the program in September 2021, then you want to do that maybe sometime around the spring. And the reason why I say kind of around the spring is because we do have in September, the Vancouver School Board often will have students that are still in grade 12 that want to take the program as their grade 12 year. And so those seats get taken up pretty quickly. So applying before April might be a good idea.
All right, so this is the information to win the $1,000 tuition credit. There are 3 of these tuition credits to be given away. So to be entered into the draw, you have to visit vcc.ca/experience, and the code is experiential. So if you enter that, maybe, hopefully, you'll get some money towards studying hairstyling or aesthetics and spa therapy. We'll keep our fingers crossed for you, everybody.
There's a couple of questions, let's see, that I think we missed. Sorry, I'm just going through here.
There was one question about I don't think we missed anything. There was one question about the waived application fee, and unfortunately that's only for domestic students. And then otherwise, I think we've kind of got them all. The code is on here on the slide. It's experiential. So vcc.ca/experience is the website, and the code is experiential. So before we draw to a close here, I'm gonna do kind of a last call for questions for Louise and Chifumi. And if there's any last things that Louise or Chifumi would like to share, this is your opportunity to do that as well.
I guess just if you want to get a better idea of what is exactly in each course, there's 3 courses in both programs. If you go on to the VCC website, you can go to programs, and in there you can choose aesthetics or hairstyling, and from there you can really dig into, like, all of the different things that you would be learning in the program.
Am I right that it's vcc.ca/hairstyling?
Yeah, or aesthetics. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I also want to mention that we have a drop-in advising today until 5. So please come and ask questions after the session. We're here to assist you to get in the program. Do you have a link to the Zoom advising room, Sarah? Or should I put it in?
If you could, that would be great. The International Advising Room is open today until 2 o'clock. So there's still 20 minutes. So for the international students that have joined us today and still have a few questions, Shifumi will drop that link into the chat so you can go and speak to the international department today if you'd like.
I am sharing the domestic advising, not international.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I misunderstood that. I'm going to recommend if you visit vcc.ca/experience, you should find a link for the international department. The link is about this long, so I don't really want to type it because I'll probably mess it up. But I think if you visit vcc.ca/experience, you should be able to find the link for the international advising as well. All right. Well, I think that's it. So thank you everybody for joining us today and for your interest in hairstyling and aesthetics at VCC. Thanks Louise and Shifumi for all the information that you have shared today too with the students.